So, FLO, this is the British girl group that we've all been waiting for. It feels like the era of the girl group is ready to come back. I'm so excited to have you guys here today. I'm Caya Carter, the host of Soul Café, and we're here with FLO. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Starting off with FLO and what it is. How did FLO meet, and why specifically the name FLO?
Well, so we were put together, the group was put together, but it was definitely meant to be because we all had a connection somehow. So me and Renee went to school together, and we knew Georgia on social media because it was the era of covers. So we were all posting covers online. But yeah, we were put together. It was sort of an audition process. And we were the second, well, in our lives, in our universe, we were the second pairing. And it worked. So it definitely helped that we had a connection already, but it was clearly fate.
Mm-hmm. It's so lovely to hear and see about how, these different legendary groups come over. And I do think FLO is, definitely up there. I've been listening to you guys since Cardboard Box. I've been plugging y'all, whether it's to the station or to my friends. So what does the album and the EP process look for you, kind of forming that together? I've seen on social media how sometimes you have to advocate for certain songs. Hearing that Soft almost didn't make it to the album, I was shocked.
Well, the process has definitely changed as the years have gone on. When it came to making our EP, we'd been writing songs for how long was it? Maybe 2 years before the EP came out. So really it just came to picking songs that made sense together and what we wanted to kind of show everybody of FLO. Mm-hmm. And then when it came to the album, it was a little bit more intense and thought out because we wanted to come up with a concept which is, just still again as our debut album, allowing people to know us a bit better and get a bit more of an insight to, how we behave in our lives. Mm-hmm. So definitely we had a lot of songs to choose from, but then there was kind of pieces missing. So we were like, okay, we need to kind of create a song with this in mind, or this is a topic that we want to touch on. It was way more specific and intentional.
It's like Beyonce was saying back in that interview that people always seem to use on social media, making a body of work. And it does, feel like you gave us a body of work with access all areas. And even with the previous EPs that came before, 3 of Us even tells its own small story. So what do you think is the inspiration behind? Is it your life experiences that inspire these albums and these songs?
I guess for the most part it is because we definitely like to sing about what we've experienced. But there is a balance because we're very young and we haven't experienced a crazy amount of things. So we like to be imaginative and we like to, imagine if this was something that was
how would we
handle us. Yeah, what would we say? What would be the message? And I think it's important to do that as an artist.
Nice. Speaking more to artistry, you do have a song on your album called I'm Just a Girl that I wanted to talk a little bit more about. We've seen it used in pop culture being like, oh, girl math, or oh, being used as like, well, I'm a girl, I can't do much. But it seems like you guys kind of flipped it on its head. Could you talk about that track?
I guess it is kind of like a double entendre because I am just a girl, but women rule the world. We do everything that's difficult, anything that comes naturally to us. And we're always kind of not taken seriously. So we kind of wanted to coin that phrase and go into depth.
Yeah, it's a positive thing. And we've definitely learned a lot about being women in the industry in the last 5 years. Yeah. Obviously when you're younger, maybe you do need a bit more guidance and, learning how the industry is. But we've definitely got a strong hold now on our group and our career. And the label that we work with definitely trust us a lot more now. Obviously they have their opinions, but what we want usually pays off.
Yeah.
So that's always a good indicator.
It's nice to know that you can kind of like work with, your company with how you want to see your creative vision. What makes FLO different? How do you navigate? Because of course there's always the demon of comparison, it seems like. How do you navigate and how do you make sure that FLO stands out?
I think what works so well about FLO is that we all have such clear strengths. So it does make comparing us quite hard because we're not doing necessarily the same thing. So, yeah. And also, we want to be as individual as possible because that is what makes girl groups so special, that people can gravitate towards the individuality, but also making sure that it complements each other as well, because we're a group. So I think what makes us different is just that we're equal, but we're individuals. And we like to sing, we all sing equal parts. We share the workload equally. And yeah, I think that's unique to a girl group.
Absolutely. I like seeing things like that. And it does seem like, we can kind of feel the camaraderie on the other side when I communicate with other fans of you all. They're like, it really does seem like each woman has her own shine. And I do love that. And it seems so empowering to, hear and see that, because I feel like we need more woman empowerment and more girls in music. Let me say that. So for this final question, to wrap it up, you are coming to the North. You're coming to Norfolk on April 26th. That's coming up. That's right around the corner. So what kind of fashion looks should we expect?
Don't know. We have a bunch of looks and we're kind of picking what look we want for.
It's very hard to style 3 girls.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I feel like no matter how much time you have, it's tough, but Violetta, who we've been working with, absolutely killed it. So I'm sure it's going to be a great outfit when we get to Norfolk.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
Can't wait to come down there and perform.
Are you coming to the shows?
Absolutely. I will be there. I have my tickets secured.
We'll also be having an after party afterwards. So please join us, and anybody listening, come through, party with us.
Let's go.
Because that's the real show.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Thank you so much. You're listening to WRVS 89.9 Soul Café with me, Caya, and we're getting right back to the music right here.